Hello all, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to give you some information regarding sustainable construction and what does it mean to build green. This is my final presentation assignment for Professor Cartwright's Introduction to Civil Engineering Technology course. And we're going to go over some information, kind of give you some background. You've probably heard the term before, what green building is. However, I'm going to give it a little bit more in-depth information for you, and hopefully this will give you some insight to what it means to build green. So we've all heard at one point and another that term. What is green building? So you picture buildings with natural landscaping, high construction, high performing, kind of artsy looking and very technical design. Well, green building is actually the practice of building structures in an environmentally friendly manner that is proven to be resource efficient. It's also can be called sustainable or high performance building. Green building is practiced throughout all stages of the construction process and throughout the life cycle of a building. So from the initial stages of planning, the design phase, the beginning steps to constructing any sort of facility or building, through the actual construction phase, through any sort of renovations, in the day-to-day operating of the said buildings, through the maintenance and demolition. All of these factors, being green is practiced throughout all of these stages. So it's not just at one point in time that you're done being green. You're green from start to finish. And sometimes actually you can be certified green through the middle of the stage or so. Even if you didn't originally start out being green, you can become certified at a later point in time. Little history of how the terminology came about. The term green building actually began formally in the 1990s. What drove the need for this sort of construction was the need for more energy efficient building practices than the current ones at that time in place. A big step in the 1970s was oil price increases, driving research to find other sort of means of using different materials, and because the cost of oil being so grand, that they needed other materials in order to build and construct facilities and buildings. So this drove some additional research in other methods of how to do so. And combined not only with the oil prices, but also environmentally conscious movements in the 1960s and 70s led to early experiments with contemporary materials and methods. So there was a need and a drive for this, and so it's been going on for the last few years, formally again in the 1990s. So there was a push and a drive to go ahead and let's see what other materials we can use than just the common ones in place. A couple of notable milestones during the U.S. at that time was the American Institute of Architects formed a committee on the environment. The EPA and the U.S. Department of Energy launched the Energy Star program. That was in 1992. We had our first local green building program introduced in Austin, Texas. You've probably heard of the USGBC, or the U.S. Green Building Council, which was founded in 1993. And at that point, too, a few years later, the USGBC also launched the LEED program, which is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, where that is a system of determining what buildings were actually LEED certified and designated as a green building. Why build green? This is probably a major question that arises. What is the necessity and why should we build green? There are a few benefits to building green, and I'm going to go over those in just a couple of slides here. And just to give a little background, the built environment that we encompass, that we construct day to day, it impacts the natural environment and ultimately can impact our human health. And green buildings reduce the impact of the said built environment on our natural environment. So this sort of building green, it incorporates using sustainable construction materials, using reused, recycled materials made from renewable or natural resources, thus creating healthy indoor environments with minimal pollutants, so we're not emitting too many pollutants into the atmosphere. Some other examples would be like even landscaping that reduces water usage, so using native plants that survive in the area without extra watering. So you've probably seen these green roofs or green landscaping, these field kind of landscaping where they're using natural plants and basically natural plants that'll grow and survive in that area without the excessive need of water. Being green also is being designed to efficiently use energy, water, and other resources in such a manner that we are having a natural effect on the environment. We're protecting the health of individuals that are occupying the building space. We are improving employee productivity by the materials that we have indoors, and we actually reduce waste, creating less pollution. Did you know, though, in the United States, the built environment accounts for 39% of our total energy use, 12% of total water consumption, 68% of our total electricity consumption, and 38% of our carbon dioxide emissions. So that's a big chunk of what our building constructions has as an effect on our environment. And so there are quite a few benefits that we can reap the benefits of by building green. It saves us money. We consume less energy. We use less water, like we said, and we use fewer resources, thus creating a better atmosphere for us. So as far as better air, water quality, natural environment is benefiting from it, our human health, and the economy. If we adopt these green building practices, we can improve human health, the economy, and minimize our effects on the natural environment. Some of the benefits that we have were environmental, we have economical, and we have social benefits, all from building green. Just to mention a couple of the environmental benefits, this helps us protect by building green and using these renewable resources and reusable resources. We are able to protect existing ecosystems, natural habitats. We're able to improve the overall quality of our air and water. We reduce waste, conserve and restore our natural resources, and can, up to debate, to slow the pace of global climate change. For instance, the energy that we use to heat and power buildings leads to the consumption of large amounts of energy, which mainly comes from the burning of these fossil fuels, so oil, natural gas, coal. All of this that generate a significant amount of carbon dioxide, a common greenhouse gas. By reducing this can ultimately help slow down the pace of global climate change, putting off to the emissions that we're putting into the air, and what we're doing, the steps that we're taking to better take care of our environment. Green buildings use less energy. They use less energy by using energy efficient appliances, installing meters and timers, commissioning, taking advantage of alternative energy sources such as solar, geothermal, wind. All of this not only just lowers any utility bills, but they also reduce the need for our dependence on foreign fuel sources, also reducing carbon emissions. They use less water and things of that sort. And again, with the greenhouse gases, help reduce what we're putting back into the atmosphere. Not only environmental benefits, but there are some economic benefits that we can reap from going green. It reduces ultimately the operating costs throughout the entire construction process. So like I stated, from that beginning, from the design phase all the way through to construction, renovation, and demolition, we can reduce our operating costs overall. It expands the market and need for green products, offering more green services available to the end user. We can improve, again, employee, resident, occupant productivity, employee absenteeism, and turnover by having the just the means available and the amenities to meet user productivity. Products reach their full life expectancy or can reach their full life expectancy. Higher sale of resale value and reduced risk that are coming along with newer age and newer methods. Social benefits include improving employee, again, that comfort and health, creating visual pieces of artwork, inspiring the next generation of engineers and designers, reducing strain on local infrastructure, and improving the overall quality of life. Types of green buildings you may ask that you can find anywhere would be anywhere from homes, not only just commercial, public, and institutional buildings, but even your home can be modified to fit in line with our green construction. So anywhere, also on the commercial side of it, so rental facilities, rental properties, schools, high schools, colleges, universities are all joining this front. Laboratories and our healthcare facilities, so hospitals and emergency rooms and any sort of a doctor's offices, they're all kind of taking this role and moving into a green sort of direction. And lastly, there's just one notion I'd like to go over, which is being green certified. So there are actually numerous rating systems across the globe that spend the time and take the time to determine what is considered a green certified building. And if you're following, they have a rating scale, and it's just to know what's to deem you as certified green. If you're following these, you meet these certain criteria. So commonly in the U.S., we have the LEED program, which is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. We have the BREEAM program in the United Kingdom, Green Star in Australia, and the CASB in Japan, the Comprehensive Assessment System for Built Energy Efficiency. So all of these have their own rating system and rating scale to help deem a building or a construction piece as green. And so this is kind of just wanted to give a little background to what it means to build green. I took an interest in it, being that one of the facilities that I currently work for is actually, we are LEED certified, and I believe we are silver certified. But this is what kind of drove me to take a look at this, and I hope you guys all enjoyed getting to know a little bit more of what it means to be green. Thank you so much, and I've listed some references that have given me some information, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks again.